Test cricket is back, a 2-match series against the West Indies and then a 3-match series against South Africa this summer. In this video, we'll preview that 2-match series against West Indies, go over what my preferred and what I think the 11 will be ahead of that first test. We'll also go over the ODI series victory over England and the WBBL final. Firstly, I'll go over the 2-match series against West Indies. The squads I'll go over first. I'll go over Australia's a bit more in depth because that's the team we're previewing mainly. But I'll say both squads. Firstly, one of the games being played. The first one on this Wednesday, November the 30th, first test in Perth at Perth Stadium, and then the second one kicking off on December the 8th at the Adelaide Oval in Adelaide. And then from there, little bit of a break, and then obviously the South African Test series will start. Let's go over the squads. Firstly, Australia's Pat Cummins, Scott Boland, Alex Carey, Cam Green, Marcus Harris, Josh Hazlewood, Travis Head, Usman Khawaja, Marnus Labuschagne, Nathan Lyon, Steve Smith, Mitchell Starc, and Dave Warner. Surprises, are there any? I don't think so. I think it's a pretty solid squad. The only argument I would make is Matt Renshaw a little unlucky. I mean, he's been scoring plenty in the Shield. He made a century for the Prime Minister's 11 against West Indies. How do you fit him in? Obviously, if you want someone in, someone has to come out. The only person I could see coming out is Marcus Harris. A little bit controversial to go for him again. Obviously, he played the Ashes a couple of games, but didn't really do that good, so I thought it was interesting to see them pick Marcus Harris again, especially over Matt Renshaw. So I'd have Matt Renshaw in, Marcus Harris out. That's just me. Anyway, West Indies squad: Craig Braithwaite, Blackwood, Bonner, Brooks, Chanderpaul, who did pretty well against the Prime Minister's 11, made a century for the West Indies, so potentially he might get a game. I'm not sure who's gonna be the 11 out of these players. It'll be interesting to see. Roston Chase, Joshua Da Silva, the wicketkeeper, he'll be in there. Jason Holder, Azari Joseph, very good bowler. We obviously saw him in the World Cup and the T20 series Australia had against West Indies before the World Cup. Very good bowler. Can he do it in the Test format? I think so. Probably their best bowler behind Kemar Roach, probably. Kyle Mayers, obviously we've seen what he can do in the T20 format recently with bat and ball. Can he do it in the Test format? Let's see. Anderson Phillip, Raymond Reefer, Kemar Roach, Seals, and Dev Thomas. So that's the squad for the West Indies. It'll be interesting to sort of see who gets in out of those players. Now, the 11. David Warner, Usman Khawaja, my openers. I think this team's pretty straightforward. I'll go through it. Marnus Labuschagne, Steve Smith, 3 and 4. At 5, you have Travis Head. 6, you have Cam Green. 7, Alex Carey. I do not see why that is not the batting order, and I do not see why the bowlers I'm about to name will not play. Pat Cummins, Mitch Starc, Nathan Lyon, Josh Hazlewood. Obviously, Scott Boland's in there, but with the 3 quicks fit, I can't see him getting in there. I mean, it'd be very controversial if he does. You'd love to see him in there, but how does he fit in? How do you not play Nathan Lyon? I mean, he's going to get a game as a spinner. How do you not play Josh Hazlewood, Mitch Starc, or Paddy Cummins? Obviously, you've got to have Nathan Lyon in as a spinner. You wouldn't go for anyone else besides Nathan Lyon. Interesting. Obviously, Pat Cummins is the captain, so he's not going to go out. Boland probably doesn't get in after the Ashes heroics, but I reckon that's the team. I do not see why this would not be the team. We'll see though. I'll be very surprised if otherwise. Anyway, for the 2 games, hopefully we can win both. Obviously, it's on our home soil. Should be able to do it. Hopefully we can win both games. Expecting 2-match victory, and then hopefully we can back it up against South Africa. That'll be a little harder against the South Africans, but feeling confident. I reckon the squad will pretty much be the same for South Africa. The only change I would like to see is Renshaw in there for Marcus Harris. That's my take on it anyway. But that is, pretty much it for the preview of the 2-match series, and my preferred and what I predict will be the 11. The ODI series against England obviously happened after the World Cup finished, and a little unfair to England. Like, they just won the World Cup, and then 2 or 3 days later they're playing an ODI game of cricket. We won all 3 games, which was very, very good. The third game especially, making 3-6-4 batting first. Travis Head 152. David Warner making a century as well. I thought we played unbelievably. Smashed them in all 3 games. With the ball were unbelievable, and then with the bat as well. I think Travis Head, he's got to be the opener with David Warner. Big advocate of Travis Head opening the batting in one-day cricket, and I do not see why that would happen in India for the 2023 World Cup. WBBL, the final was the other day. The Sixers and the Strikers, after losing the final in the previous year against the Scorchers, the Strikers played another final and got the victory over the Sixers by, I think, 10 runs in the end. They made about 147. I didn't think that was going to be enough, but they had the Sixers 4 for 15, 4 for 16, whatever it was. And I was like, gee, bit of a partnership though from the Sixers, but Strikers got wickets late. They dropped 5 catches, poor in the field, lucky to get the victory, but they did it by 10 runs. It's good to see the Strikers hold up the cup. Hopefully they can replicate that and do it in the men's, which, look, the Big Bash starts very, very soon, and I'm looking forward to that. But that'll be it for this video, sort of going over all things cricket to do with Australia. Obviously, the Prime Minister's 11 game versus West Indies as well happened. Briefly touched on that. It was a draw in the end. Pretty solid stuff. Almost won the game. That'll be it though for this video. Obviously I'll do a separate video for the preview of the South African Test series. May or may not review sort of each game. Look, some Big Bash content potentially. Want to get into some cricket because cricket's very, very good. It's great. That'll be it for this video. Hopefully you've had a good time watching. If you did, well done to you. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Pretty much got nothing else to say. Hopefully some more uploads in the near future. Obviously the test match, the first one starting on Wednesday. Hopefully some more content on the horizon soon, but we'll see. Anyway, goodbye.